London, welcome the Prime Minister of Canada, the Right Honourable Stephen Harper.
Stephen Harper was in London Monday promising to spend $5.8 billion over the next 3 years to modernize infrastructure.
Let me give you some examples. Very broadly, we will be upgrading border facilities. We will invest in airports and rail service, in small craft harbors, and in shipbuilding yards. We will be modernizing federal laboratories and research centers, such as the one I visited earlier today. We will be upgrading national defense and RCMP facilities as we continue to support the men and women in uniform who keep us safe from coast to coast to coast.
Harper also said the National Security Council facility in London will be expanded.
This expansion in London will allow NRC employees to fully participate in this important initiative. You will be working on new manufacturing methods with significant potential for spillover to a large number of industrial sectors. Now, I know we all like to think of our work as having significance. At the NRC, you should have no doubt about that.
When we look forward, so much of where we need to focus is on innovation, on doing things better, on doing things differently. Funding like this will allow us to do exactly that.
Taking questions from the press, Harper defended his government's record of spending for Canadian soldiers who need mental health support, which veterans groups say is not enough.
You know, we see repeatedly veterans with very strong support for our government and overwhelming support for the kind of programs and services they receive. Let me just be clear on the lapse funding issue. This is for statutory spending. There are certain programs, you know, whether they be pensions or other types of benefits, that people are entitled to by law. But governments must estimate in advance how much they think will be claimed every year. What governments typically do, what we always do, what preceding governments have done, is you tend to overestimate the amount to make sure you don't fall short during the year.
Harper began his day with a tour of the NRC facility, where he saw items created using a 3D printer. Then he surprised the lunch crowd at Angelo's Bakery when he stopped for an order to go on the way to his afternoon press conference. For the London Free Press, this is Maurice Lamont.